give you a brief intro, but ever since I was a kid, I was playing baseball. I played baseball ever since I was 4. My dad told me I was born with a baseball glove in my hand, and so every year I was playing baseball, I would get better and better and better. Until maybe I was 12 and decided I wanted to go professional and play football. And I was shortstop. They called me the vacuum because anything hit or thrown my way was sucked up. And I remember any position that struggled defensively, they would usually put me at, but mainly I was shortstop. And I had my mindset, I had my goal set that I was going to play pro ball. 10 years into it, something happened that would forever change my life. I was 15, and I was playing shortstop, and I was playing a bit deep, and a routine infield pop fly was hit my way, and I started going in for the catch, and when I was looking up at the ball, the ground felt like it started shaking like there was an earthquake, and I put my mitt over my head to protect myself from the ball landing on me, and it dropped next to me, and I overthrew it to first base. The guy was safe, so I went in at the end of the game, and the coach said, you know, are you drinking or smoking weed before the game? And I said, are you offering? I said no, but thanks for asking. No, I said no, of course not. And so the same kind of thing kept happening over the period of this season. And so I went and got physical, and sure enough, they found scoliosis, which is the curvature of the spine. And the doctor said that is probably what's throwing me off balance. So instead of continuing to play baseball, I quit the season. I retired baseball because I was getting worse instead of better. So up through high school, I wrestled. I was on the wrestling team, and in my 10th grade year, I thought, what better sport to go out there and kick some booty than wrestling? So I went out and put my athleticism to work. And in my 10th grade year, the entire year, I won 0 matches. I lost every single match. And I was thinking everyone's got to have their first year defeat. So sure, I'll go out my 11th grade year. Well, I went out my 11th grade year, and I won 3 matches that year. And then I was doing a lot of eating humble pie. And my 12th grade year, I thought, well, I don't want to start a new sport my senior year, so I may as well go out for wrestling one more time. I couldn't figure out why I wasn't getting more grades for it. And so I won 5 that year to finish my high school career with 8 wins and 52 losses. Yeah. Exactly. I would tell people not to come to my matches. Purposely, I'm like, don't come, man. Seriously, I'll buy my ammo. So after a year or so after I graduated, my coordination, footwork, everything started getting worse. And my mom and dad wanted me to get blood tests. So I did, and the diagnosis came back that I had a hereditary disease called Friedreich's ataxia. And what Friedreich's ataxia is very similar and falls under the umbrella of muscular dystrophy, where your brain and your body work fine. But the neurocommunication between the brain and body is jumbled. Kind of like, you ever played the game telephone? When the message starts out, we do in kids' church, all the time. The message will start out real clear, but by the time we get down the line to the very end, it's usually something totally different. Well, the same kind of thing is happening with, Friedreich's ataxia. And so, I became, depressed and suicidal. And I started drinking, I started smoking weed. I had no hope. For 3 years straight, almost every day I was hanging around people that were going nowhere, doing nothing but smoking weed and drinking, and that was my vision and view of life. I had no hope whatsoever. And so, when I was 21 years old, a friend of mine introduced me to the Lord, and I came to the Lord. I was born again at 21 years old, and then something inside me changed, but I noticed that God started leading me to reading material of stories of people that started out with just hellish lives, and they were in